name is Sarah, professional interior designer and creator of the blog She Holds Dearly. On this channel, I like to talk about making a home beautiful on any budget. Welcome back, or welcome for the first time. I feel a little nervous about sharing today's video with you, but I think it's gonna be good. It's just so real. I'm taking you into the laundry room in my house, which is basically, if we had a dungeon, this would be it. And I know a lot of you have laundry rooms like this, down in a basement, or not even in the house, in the garage or something. And so I am being vulnerable today. I'm sharing this place with you, and hopefully it is encouraging to you that not all of my house looks like Instagram, and I'm guessing that's pretty normal. So I'm gonna share my laundry room with you today. I'm going to walk you through the process of how I deal with decorating paralysis and overwhelm, and how I declutter, and what I do if I don't want to or can't spend any money on a space, but I want to make it feel better. So that's really our topic today. I am gonna start by decluttering the laundry room. Actually, I think you should start with decluttering anytime you go to decorate or style. Even if it's the mantle, I would clear off that mantle and I would clean it before I actually set up the next look you want on that space. That is a priority that I'm a stickler on. I use a whole system in my behind the scenes group, and we declutter our entire houses every single year. And so I think that you really can't be a good decorator without being a good declutterer. In fact, if you think about it, shopping and designing is decluttering, right? So you gotta get good at this by decluttering your home all the time. And I'm excited because at the publication of this video, behind the scenes is going to be open. This is my inner circle group, and we have an amazing Bible study. We go through my entire interior design school, my Elite Decorating Academy. We work our way through that whole thing. And then you get to meet women from around the country and around the world who love the same things that you love. So we meet once a week on Zoom, and it's just a really special time to be with women that think like you and enjoy the same things and are oftentimes at the same stage in life. So if this is something that interests you, I hope you can join us. I'll put the link in the description below, and I hope to see you in class this next week on Thursday. Let's go take a look at my dungeon room, see what we can do. This is by far the worst room in my house, and I have already started. The first thing I started doing was work on the freezer. So I've emptied everything out. I have a heater going, and I'm just defrosting the glacier. It's actually about half the size it was, and I would love to figure out why that is happening. This is a brand new freezer, and the old one did this, and I don't know why. We put the new one in and we're so hopeful, and it did the exact same thing. So anyway, then over here, this is food storage that has gotten out of hand. I really don't need those buckets anymore. I think I don't really need those. Yeah, and more food storage. The floor is just getting more and more piled with paint and things that nobody knows what to do with. Over here is my useful utility sink, and then the washer and dryer. So not too pretty, but I can still do better than what we have going on here. I can get this clean and orderly and not be wasting space and food and all that. So that's what we're gonna do. It's gonna get better. In there is all of the food from the freezer, and Nala, she's on the couch there. I'm talking about Nala. Hi, sweetie. She has been shopping the frozen food section, and so I have to watch her because she wants to get into the meat, and I mean, there's just fun stuff in there for a dog. Okay. I feel like crying, I have been working on this freezer since 5 a.m. It's now 9 o'clock at night. And I finally got it defrosted. It took forever. The ice was just caked on the top and the bottom and just between all these metal pieces, which I think was supposed to defrost if it were working correctly. The food's been sitting out there all that time and I'm really frustrated. My plan is to never ever defrost this freezer again like this. I want it repaired. I want to understand why it's doing that. I think I just need to go to bed and get back working on this tomorrow morning, but I'll show you what I did get done. Not very much, but it's just a lot. So this whole wall is organized. I got rid of some brooms and mops that I don't use. I cut half of the stuff out on the top. So this is now all pet supplies. And I just want all the containers to be cute, right? So it looks respectable. So that's way less than what was there. We got this door looking good. This is our little pet chart. We mark off, who's been fed when, and our Christmas cards. And then I will really be happy when this whole shelving area gets figured out. So I did do the top shelf. I've got my canning supplies. All that wine is condensed. And then I put my Ziploc bags. I have gallon-sized Ziploc bags that were just in a cardboard box. Put that in the crate up there. Have some extra laundry soap. And then this is going to be food, house. And my eventual goal is to build a whole cabinet. I have a design in my head, and this will all be a beautiful cabinet. I'd like to get rid of the buckets, but I'm not really sure where I'm going to put them. Clearly, we need to remodel in here, and it just keeps getting pushed on the back burner. That's where we're at on day one. Okay, catching up. I did put it back together. Not that that's that interesting of a view, but I am noticing already it's building back up again. So I am going to get some help. I'm not gonna clean that again the way I did. And then I've been working over here. I took the two shelves of what I call my food shelves, 1, 2, took those down, completely
rethought everything. It's just really different not having the kids at home. And so I got rid of a lot of things that I used to use. One of the frustrating things about decluttering is that you figure out that you've overbought because you were disorganized. So I had more of my French sea salt than I thought I did. So I put as many things as I could into containers that look old, you know, the crates and the baskets and the jars. I would like to get some cute containers for my sprinkles. This is my cake decorating basket. So I added those to my thrifting list. Got birthday candles and a little tin. And then those are my refill, my granulated sugar, my I have to find what fell. My powdered sugar. But then everything else got put in as many jars as I could, and I used my Dymo label maker to label things. So sugar, big jar of lavender. This is the sea salt that I condensed from the little jars with the yellow lids. Oregano. Anyway, I feel like this shelf looks nice. I mean, I probably should be using this upper piece better to think about. Maybe it'll all shift here later so I can get buckets up there or something. But what the exciting news is that the two shelves have condensed into one. That's my goal as I'm decluttering. I would like to see it condensed by 50%. So now this is all household items, and that needs some love. And I would love to get the baskets or the buckets onto the shelves. That would really change the feel of this room.
So along with organizing and simplifying our home, I'm always trying to make it healthier and more natural. We thought it would be a good time to upgrade our mattress. So we have been looking at Birch Living. They are sponsoring today's video. Thank you so much. And the reason I've been interested in this company is because of their focus on natural materials in their mattresses. A lot of mattresses out there contain fiberglass or polyurethane foam, and so you're sleeping hopefully 8 hours a night. You're sleeping on a product that is off-gassing and potentially causing more toxins in your body. So I really love that they are Goals and Green Guard certified. Birch makes their mattresses with organic cotton or organic wool or 100% natural latex. So they are offering a really good product out there. It's never been easier to buy a mattress. They ship it to your house rolled up and it just inflates. It takes a couple hours to be ready to use. They ship free anywhere in the US, and they even offer home removal and setup if that's something you need, because they are pretty heavy. I can imagine that older people or people that have a need for assistance, that this would be a good option for them. I was interested in the Birch Luxe mattress because of the natural aspect. Colby was interested in it because he hasn't been sleeping well on our memory foam mattress. And so we both have different things that we're looking for in this mattress, but so far so good. I'm noticing less snoring on the other side of the bed, which is a win for both of us. And one of the amazing offers that Birch gives their customers is they give you what's called a 100-day sleep trial. So that's over 3 months that you can try out the mattress and decide if you like it. If any of this is something that you think you need in your life, go to birchliving.com/sheholdsdearly. They have an amazing sale going on right now. They're extended their Memorial Day sale. And so if you use the code BIRCHPARTNER27, that will get you 27% off on their mattress, and you'll get 2 free pillows. So it's a great time to switch out your mattress. Okay, I'm gonna get back to work on this overwhelming laundry room. Okay, we are making progress in the laundry room. These places are really hard because no matter what you do, it's never gonna look magazine ready because it needs so much work. And this is a hard video for me to make even because I don't wanna share this room online, but it's something that we have not delved into because there's a lot of question marks in this room with the utilities and how it's going to work with our addition. And so I haven't wanted to invest in it yet until I understand how it fits with everything else. So it's very unfinished. It was the nicest room of the house when we bought the place, and now it's the worst room in the house. So that means we're making a lot of progress. But I now want to go through all of my buckets. It's bittersweet because I worked really hard to get these buckets. I went to a local bakery years ago and week after week would collect 1 or 2 buckets from their frosting. I think I got them even for free. Now they sell them. But I cleaned out those frosting buckets and took off the labels and scraped off all the sticky from the labels. And I got these buckets all beautiful, and then I used them for my bulk storage, my food storage. But we don't use our food storage like we used to without having all the kids home. So I love that wall of buckets is hiding a really hideous wall in my house. Also, I don't like that it's taking up floor space. And so I'm going to attempt to combine buckets and retire buckets and put buckets on the shelving unit right here to regain floor space. And then I don't know what we're gonna do with that wall in the meantime. Maybe it's time to hang a curtain over it or something. Let's go look at those buckets and see where we land once I condense them. Okay, I've condensed it down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 buckets that I still want to use. A lot of beans. I have organic popcorn, and then I have some rice, and then a lot of beans. So black beans, garbanzo beans, kidney beans, pinto beans, and navy beans. So if I could condense these onto the shelves, that would be good. Right now I'm just wiping everything down. I'll have to show you the wall. It's so bad. I mean, I forgot how bad it was. So we are definitely going to have to come up with at least a curtain over that wall. I'll show you here in a second. Okay, so I am gonna put a blanket here because I did uncover a very unsightly wall. Do you remember this lovely throw that I found at the Ben's a while back? I paid $7 for it. It is close to $200 if you were to buy it new. I love it. I use this many places around our house, but it is the perfect size for that wall. So it's going to have a new job for a little bit. We're trying here, people. We're trying to just make it 5% better, you know? Oh boy. It is getting a little bit better. It feels better to be in here. There's way less stuff in here. I did cut the contents of this room by about 50%. So now I'm just doing a few finishing touches just to hold us over until we really do a remodel here. I have an extra rug that I'm gonna roll out in front of the washer and dryer. Do you remember this fabric that I got when I was in Utah? I had this left over from my daughter's shower that she hosted. I'm going to iron it and do a little curtain around the bottom of this sink. It's not gonna be forever, it's just gonna be a temporary fix, but I'm gonna try to do that. I wanted to give you a tip too. I washed all the basket liners, and one of the things that I tell people is that you don't have to put them in the dryer. just wash them and then put them back on your baskets and let them dry in place. You can also do that with your slip covers as well. A little tip for you. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take all of my thrifted laundry baskets. I think I have room to do this. Hang them from hooks like up on the ceiling so it feels like a French laundress place. Is that what you call it? And then I feel like this will hold us over for another year. All right, we are making headway. It's looking way better than I thought it was going to. So I'm thankful for that. Really the only thing here that needs to be changed is the shell of the room. Well, and I would do a different cabinet, a true cabinet. But anyway, what I was gonna say is that I found this when I was cleaning out the room. I had antiqued this a couple years ago and just stashed it in here. I forgot I even had it. Glass washboard. I don't know. What do you think? If I put it here by the sink, sort of has a gallery wall feel. I mean, that's naturally where you would find it, would be next to the sink. And then I just have to make the little ticking curtain, and then we'll be done in here. I thought a lot about why I have avoided this space for so long, and it's that I became overwhelmed. And I went into what's called decorating paralysis. I think we all do it. And I just, as I was working on this laundry room, was thinking about how I got in this place and how to get out of it. And I mean, obviously, the way I got into it was I didn't keep up on regular decluttering like I should have. And the thing is with clutter, I hate this, but it acts like a magnet. So if you have a space that looks bad and is disrespected by the person in charge, which is me, then everyone else who is less inclined to care about looks, they will treat it even worse because it doesn't matter, apparently. And so the pile just keeps growing and growing, and then it doesn't feel like 20 things, it feels like one thing. It feels like a monster in the corner of the room, and nobody wants to slow down and actually untangle that thing. So that's how clutter gets away with what it does in our lives. But the reverse is also true. And I was just having a conversation with my neighbor about how to do hard things. We were talking about how to talk to our kids when they're stressed about a project or homework or something, how to do stressful things in life. And it's the same solution in all scenarios of life. You must break it down into smaller pieces and take it one step at a time. And if it's still overwhelming, then it's not broken down into small enough pieces. So if 15 minutes is too long, then make it 5. Say, I'm going to clear one shelf and I'm going to clean out one basket, and that's how it gets done. And then you have to keep coming back. That's where people fall short, is they don't keep coming back to face the difficult thing. They take a break and then never come back. So there's 2 folds there. It's small enough increments, and it's being committed to coming back and taking the next step. Man, that is such good advice for so many things in life. I just have thought about that conversation with my neighbor over and over again, and how encouraging it is that it's that simple of a formula to tackle really big, difficult projects. When I am decluttering, I always have the same routine that I use, and I talk about this a lot in my behind the scenes group, but I clear the area. And that part is easy. You just turn your mind off. You don't have to make any decisions. You're literally just clearing the slate, getting a blank slate of whatever it is, emptying out the cupboard or the closet and putting it all in a pile. Then I turn right back around and I face that empty space by vacuuming it out, cleaning it out with, Mrs. Myers or something. And then I turn around and I face the pile, and I start going through it one piece at a time, deciding what sparks joy
and what is not worth keeping anymore. Then I have things that have to be thrown away. I have to put things in other places in the house. I have to give things away. Maybe I'm selling something. But in the end, my yes pile, so I have yes, maybe, and no piles going on. And the yes pile is, in my mind, a success when it is half the size of the original monster pile that I started with. And that's when it starts to feel like you have little treasures in your life instead of a pile of junk. And that's a wonderful way to live. Then you get into the fun of styling and baskets and making things useful and beautiful. It is a good process to practice regularly. I know that it can be really overwhelming sometimes, but I hope this information really blesses you. Let me know in the comments below what you are working on that has caused decorating paralysis for you, and we can be cheering for you as you go forward. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like more resources, I help women connect and learn more about God in my behind the scenes group and bespoke design retreats. I also help women expand their talents with my Elite Decorating Academy and seasonal decor boxes. I will leave the links to these resources in the description box below.